Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're well. I'm Saika, a qualified alima, and I'm back with a new video after a while. So if you are someone who's falling behind at work or studies, or maybe just gaining weight, or just having bad time in the relationships, and the entire reason for all of this, it's laziness, then do watch this video. It might help you, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has designed us to move and not to stay still. As Muslims, we cannot afford to be lazy because it's going to affect our ibadah. Laziness, it's disliked in our religion. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to seek refuge from laziness. He used to make this dua, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-hazani wal-'ajzi wal-kasali wal-bukhli wal-jubni wa dala'i ad-dayni wa ghalabati rijal. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from grief and sadness, from weakness and from laziness, from miserliness and from cowardice, from being overcome by debt and overpowered by men. An active and a productive Muslim can do so much more to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than a lazy Muslim. So who do you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be more happy with? The active Muslim or the lazy Muslim? Imam Raghib, may Allah have mercy on him, said something very beautiful. He said, "Man ta'udul kasla wa mala ila raha faqad raha." Whoever becomes accustomed to laziness and leans towards comfort, he loses comfort. Laziness, it's not always physical. Laziness can also be mental. So, I'm sure you've come across people, it's so difficult to have an intellectual discussion with them because they just don't want to use the rational mind. Laziness can also be laziness of the soul, where you are not willing to give the soul the food it wants just because you're lazy. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 2 tips that can, inshallah, help you to overcome laziness and have a better life. So the first tip, it's very simple. You need to start thinking what energizes you. So ponder upon your daily life and think which actions, which people, which environment gives you energy. Whatever energizes you is going to help you to overcome laziness. So I'm going to share with you some of my personal tips and some of the tips that I've come across as well. So the first thing that actually energizes me, it's when I learn something new knowledge, new skill, anything new, because when I'm learning something new, it feels like a challenge, and challenges energize me, and that helps me to overcome my laziness. And remember, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually said, seeking knowledge is fard upon every Muslim. And this seeking knowledge, it doesn't have to be academic, anything new. Just continue to learn something new, something beneficial. Second tip for me, which activates my brain, it's caffeine in the morning. I only have in the morning, but an active brain can do so much more than a lazy brain. Thirdly, exercise however you feel like it. You can go to the gym if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just exercise at home. Personally, I like playing games with my nephew, and we do lots of running around and jumping, and that's exercise for me, and it's playtime for him. So that's my exercise. And remember, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually used to encourage the Sahaba to teach their kids beneficial sports like archery and horse riding, swimming, etc. Fourthly, I'm going to say, remember that we are made from turab. We are made from dust. We are part of the nature. So we must be in the nature. Don't just stay indoor all the time. It's very unhealthy. Go outside, be in the nature. It's going to feel refreshing and it's going to energize you. Fifthly, something that kind of drains my energy, it's actually negative thoughts. Sometimes these negative thoughts just come from decades ago, and you know they are not relevant to you today, but you're just wasting time thinking about it. And the more I try to tell myself, no, Saika, don't think about it, I actually do overthinking about those negative thoughts. So the best way to get rid of those negative thoughts is to divert your attention. So what kind of helps me to divert my attention from these negative thoughts is basically I start practicing the surahs I'm memorizing. So whichever surah I'm on, I would just start practicing that. So those who kind of memorize the Quran, when we are practicing our surahs and they're like the new surahs which are not solid, they just take your full attention, and it's such a good way to just get over the negative thinking. Number 6, sometimes I feel lazy because of stress. You just feel sad and you feel stressed and you just become lazy. And for that, you really have to find out what is therapeutic for you. Sometimes I find a certain thing is therapeutic for me. Sometimes I would find just going out is therapy. Sometimes I just don't feel like going out. I feel like cleaning is a therapy for me. So it's kind of different every time. But find out what is therapeutic for you, how to kind of relieve your stress, because stress again is going to drain your energy and it's going to make you lazy. Okay, number 7. This one it's very important. I find it so important. Try to be in the company of positive people. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Inna al-jalis as-salih khayru min al-wahda." The company of a righteous person is better than being alone. You know, when you are around positive people, you talk positive things, you're in a positive environment, and people, they actually influence us. So if this person is so positive and they're going to create positivity in you, and all of that's going to energize you. So we want energy, positive energy, okay? And point number 8, inspire others. I'm a teacher, and sometimes I feel so lazy, I don't want to go to work. But once I'm there and I start teaching, I love my job. I really love it. And I think the reason is because it feels rewarding and it feels like I'm inspiring others. So when you inspire others, you are going to feel energized, motivated, and obviously, you won't be lazy then. So these are some of the things that energized me. Second tip. So the first one is find out things that energize you. Second tip, also find out things that drain your energy, that exhaust you, that make you feel tired, because all of that is going to make you feel lazy and less productive. So the first one on the list is do not scroll without any reason. Scrolling for a purpose, it's fine. But if there's no purpose, don't do it. Oh my God, I've done this, and you can spend hours and hours, and at the end, you actually don't feel happy. You feel like I've just wasted so much time. I've just wasted my day. So do not scroll without purpose. And I've actually done a video on social media addiction. I'll leave a link for you in the description if you want to check it out. Secondly, be careful of what you eat. If you're eating unhealthy, processed food, junk food, it's going to make you feel lazy, and don't overeat as well. So remember Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually said, "Al-mu'min al-qawi khayrun wa ahabbu ila Allah min al-mu'min al-da'if wa fi kullin khayr." A strong believer is more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than a weak believer, but in both of them there is good. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happy with both the strong and the weak, but He is more happy with the strong believer who's always working to attain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because the strong believer is doing so much more than a weak believer. So look after your health so you can become a strong believer. Thirdly, negative people should not be part of your everyday life. Whenever you meet them once in a while, be nice to them, but they should not be from your friends that you see every day. In the hadith which I mentioned previously, where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that a righteous person's company is better than being alone, in the second part of that hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Wal-wahda khayrun min jalis as-su." Being alone is better than evil people. So these negative people, they'll have certain behavior that they'll try their best to put you down, they'll laugh at you. They just want you to feel inferior somehow. And obviously that's going to make you feel sad. And when you're sad, you're going to be demotivated and lazy. So be nice to these people, but they should not be part of your everyday social circle. Fourthly, also keep your environment clean. When you wake up in the morning, do your bed, keep your bedroom clean, keep your house clean, keep yourself clean. If you're not clean yourself and your surroundings not clean, it's all going to kind of contribute to you being lazy. So make sure you clean yourself, your environment is clean. Finally, all I'll say that you have to figure out what energizes you and what makes you tired. Whatever energizes you, do more of that, and whatever drains your energy, try to stay away from that. I hope this video was helpful. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.